Welcome back to this Gran Turismo playthrough, and we are now on license B6. So I'm just going to sit down. Oh, there we go. Feel old by going oh, but yes. So once again, we're going to use another front-wheel drive car. It looks like we're using all the sporty front-wheel drive cars. It's the Renault Megane Sport. So a bit about this B6 license test. We are exiting from a looping corner. Attempt the Nürburgring GP course's relatively simple Dunlop hairpin. This can be done using a combination of the out-in-out and slow-in fast-out techniques, but be careful not to pick up too much speed on the downward slope just before the corner or to overrun the turn. So it's basically using what we've been using previously on the previous license tests to try and now develop what we've learnt. So obviously with the 207 GTI we learned how a smooth line helped, but with the Civic Type R we learned how an aggressive line helped, and also with the Suzuki Swift we learned how if you get the perfect line with the perfect braking you can get the best time possible. So we're sort of going to use all that in this license. So we'll have a look at the driving options once again, and we're on Sports Hard this time. So slightly grippier tyres, I don't know if that's because of the car. Skid recovery force is forced on, and then we're going with the usual options. And as you can see there, it's from the Formula 1 Nürburgring track, right at the bottom of the hill, the basically 180 turn. So we've done a lot of 180 turns, so this is essentially just applying all that. So let's get started. Just for the time's sake, we are 11, so we're going to go to 26, and let's go. Going to go for my normal braking point here, which is on the curbing. As you can see, we've got a turbo in this from the bottom right hand of the screen. And we're just off gold there. We broke really early. You can brake really late in this car, looking at that. That turbo, I have a funny feeling, is going to create understeer at points of its engagement, so we will have to just play around with that. But we're just going to go back into that. So I mentioned the curbing there. You've got this black sort of tarmac curbing. Starts off really thin like that, and then widens. Now you use the widening part or the thin part. So you could use the start of the thin part, or the start of the widening part, or the end of the widening part, or halfway in the wide. You know, you can use all that. That one little piece of brake track as braking points. So we're going to jump straight back into this again. Let's have a look at this. So we're going to brake far later. I'm thinking more towards the end of the wider part of the curbing. No, we can't go to the ends. We've gone a bit wide, but we should come in really quickly. No, see how we're getting understeer now from there, and that's what we don't want. So obviously the turbo just increases the power going through the tyres and just creates understeer. So we're just going to go. Notice the patterns on the curbing there, we can use those as well. We've sort of gone a bit too deep again, but if you saw the patterns, they went grey, black, grey, black. So we can use those. We're going to use the black one, I noticed there. So just really focus for that on the left now. Just look for the little pattern on the curbing itself. There you go. I'm using the black. So much better line out this time. Say much better, it was only a hundredth there, a hundredth. But you should have seen the pattern that time, so we're going to use that pattern as our brake reference point. So once again, we're going to jump straight into this. I think we are still doing this slightly wrong still. Bit better time, 0.31. We're still not in that gold, remember. So we're just going to have to keep really trying to push here. We might try and go for a bit wider line, use more of the left hand side. We will try that now actually. It's giving me a lot better exit with the acceleration. Just off gold there, 0.614. So that just... I missed the first part of the apex going in, and well, it mentioned going in, out to come back in, you know. But we still got the second part of that technique, which I think is what we want to do. So I'm not going to go as wide as much. And as you saw there, I'm not going as wide as much. We were able to hit both the apexes there, because we're going in to come out, to come in again, and then leave the corner, and we got the gold time there. But we're going to go for a 0.4, I think, on this. I think it's possible. We just need to nail that lap time. So we're still level 3, looking at that. I've not logged in for a few days, so I'm still at the basic level of experience. Missed the apex here. It looks like when I put the power on in this car, it just gains a lot of grip suddenly. I'm not sure whether it's got some form of limited differential or anything like that, which just allows or helps with the torque. I could be just talking absolute gibberish now, but we will have to see. I've gone really aggressive. I've kept the turn there. We'll have to see what this lap time does. It's about the same, 0.578. So we can obviously actually be really aggressive. It's going more towards the Civic Type R range. So we're going to do that this time. We're just going to brake as hard as we can on diagonal. We didn't want to do that, because that's just created a really weird line. But obviously it's not too bad, even though we went pretty chaotic. So we'll just retry that, but without the chaos. Obviously we do not want the chaos. An unpredictable car is not a very nice car. Nah, you see, I'm sort of slammed on there a bit too much. I definitely don't think trail braking's the answer here. I definitely think it's just a slam on, slam off, accelerate, and I let go of the accelerator there. So I'm already behind my ghost, but let's see what we can do. Oh, ran off the track there, you see, just off. Trying to use too much of the track. That's because I'm yapping away slightly as well. There we go. And as you can see, I felt that it was better, and it was better. We're in the 0.493 there. I still think better is possible, but I'll just save this one just in case. I think at the lower end of the 0.4s is definitely possible, just from that feel, because we still weren't 100% there. We sort of just gave it our best. Just to show you, we can't use the driving options. I can't even access the RC menu actually there. That's something I do need to change on the options for this wheel. And I've gone far too tight, far too early on the power. So as I mentioned there, I went straight on the power and the car just turned. It just went drive, 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 turn. So we can use that. Got to go to the car's strengths and the weaknesses. Nope, still haven't improved on that. I definitely think this is the way to do it. We've just got to figure out the braking phase a bit more, I think. So he's got a bit better acceleration on the exit, but because we lost so much in the turn, we sort of lost out on the time there. So we've just got to get this diagonal right, I think. I mean, it felt better, but it wasn't. And I think it's that technique, but we've just got to release the steering as well. So we've got a sort of a complex equation here of multiple things. So we can use more of the exit there. Still not improving on our time here. So I'm going to have to just try something different soon. I definitely think this is the way to go about it. I can't see anything else. So obviously the too much aggressiveness there went so far in, it meant that we didn't improve. So yeah, we're braking too much now, you see. We've gone into sort of a habit of braking too much. So we're going to have to come back a bit and let the car do a bit of the turning here. I think I said it was 26, wasn't it, we finished, so we'll go with that. See, I'm braking too aggressive again. I didn't listen to myself. But as you can see there from the exit, we're not too far off on the exit. Just check the time here. We've got 6 minutes of this. It's quite a complex one, this, so we're just going to have to re-look at this. Just rethink. I think I've got to pull myself back a bit. And there, that was far better. 0.500. So I'll pull myself back a bit. Just made it a bit more smooth. I would love to see what this revs up to actually, so I'm going to try this now just out of curiosity. So I think I'm better looking at the turbo there. I don't know if anyone noticed that. The lower revs obviously give more turbo in this one, so it's got like a mid-range turbo. So I'm going to change earlier, and I reckon that'll get me more speed. And as you saw there, more speed. And we clipped the dirt on the left slightly, so we're gonna go for an improvement on this. So oh, not as good that time. But as you see, we've sort of adapted to the situation. We've sort of realised, okay, it's got a turbo. Where does the turbo react best? Okay, it reacts best at the lower gears. It probably means we're going to get a bit more power out the lower gears. So let's use those. And as you saw there, we were accelerating, but I have changed much earlier on the exit of that corner and got that little bit of extra time. Look at that, you can see there the just a change there. So I'm actually going to go for a bit more aggressiveness again and go for that early gear change, just get a bit more of the turbo boost that we've got in the car. See, I changed a bit too early there, didn't have a good effect. So we do really want to beat this 0.484, especially seeing as though I didn't save it. So we definitely want to beat it as best as we can. I've gone a bit too aggressive again. So I've definitely compromised my exit slightly on that one. I got the 0.484 because I'm always gaining on him. So we just need to improve this first part of the corner to then maximise the second part of the corner, and I changed a bit too late there. Much better. Right, okay, we're going to go to the external camera now. Let's have a gander how this turbo really is working. So we're ahead there, head there, head there. And then we're just off there. So we're just going to stay on this camera. We do want to improve, so we'll just see how we're going to go. So obviously just taking a slight better line there. And it's sort of the same similar time there, but a different way of doing that time. So we just need to sort of bring it together now. As you can see, that earlier change does help on this part of the test. Hit the curb, bounce me out, and just hit the dirt there. So that early change does help me in this first part, so I am going to continue to do that. And we're still behind the Ghost here. So we've got 1 minute and, well, just over 1 minute left. We're going to have to really push ourselves now. Didn't change there because I was focusing too much on the time. As you can see, small distractions aren't very good for this sort of thing. I hit the curb, pushes me wide. So this is a very hard one to actually get any more than a tenth on. I'm going to hit the curb slightly. No, I haven't. But because I'm sort of doing less turning, you know, either way I was going to do it. If I turn more, hit the curb, go wide. Turn less, didn't make it, went wide. So I just need to pull myself back a bit. Didn't change gear then. Need to learn from that. And that felt much better. Obviously the Ghost appeared, so I think if we were on schedule there, we would have improved. So we're just gonna and no, we're just off again. So we've gone over. So we're just gonna do this one last attempt. I'm not going to talk. And unlucky there, 0.488. I'll save that Ghost and I'll upload that Ghost separately. Obviously just off, using the same technique, so it's not too bad. Just off the time there, so it'd be quite hard actually to get anywhere close to low 0.40. I think obviously the use of the handbrake might help, because obviously you just get a little bit more turn in, but obviously we'll have to see. So thanks very much for watching B6, and I'll see you on B7.